Hey, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
The Peel P50, a three-wheeler that was once driven around the offices of the BBC by a 6'5" Jeremy Clarkson, as you do. Now, this car was built between 1962 to 1965 on the Isle of Man, home, of course, to the legendary TT Superbike race, which is funny because the engine inside the Peel is borrowed from a two-wheeler, although one with 4 horsepower, which is enough to get it to 38 miles per hour, if you were brave enough. With no reverse gear, the only way to turn the Peel P50 around is if you lift it up and do it yourself, or push it. Luckily then it weighs just 59 kilograms, although it's quite a lot more when you're sitting in it. Rather than be forgotten, the Peel P50 went back into production in 2011, thanks to 2 entrepreneurial chaps, so you can buy a new one with either the original engine, a newer bike engine, or an electric motor. The price? From 11,000 British pounds, which is a lot more than the 199 quid it cost in 1963. Of course, you don't have to buy one though, because the car is in Forza Horizon 4, and the good news is that you can mod it from 4 horsepower to 292, which in a car that weighs as much as a shoe is lethal. But let's just say it's not the easiest car to drive when you do. Anyway, welcome to a Tribe Called Cars video. I thought I'd just show you what this car is like to drive, what the mods are like, and all that kind of good stuff, because it's a barn find, and it's cool. It's 60s craziness. I'm not actually sure how Jeremy Clarkson managed to fit in this thing, because as you can see, it's utterly ridiculous. It is a shoebox with a steering wheel and the 3 wheels. Luckily though, the 2 wheels are at the front, so that makes it a little more stable than, say, a Reliant Robin. Now, of course, to get the power from this, you need the engine swap. So you go from its standard little bike engine to a 1.4 litre, 1340cc motorbike engine, which adds 192 horsepower. Now, you've also got the drivetrain swap, so you can go from the stock to all-wheel drive, and as you can see, there is a big improvement in doing so, and it makes it sort of drivable. You can do your aspiration or stick on a turbo, which, if you want all the power, then that is the way to go, plus 38 to be precise. Then you've got your aero. Now, interestingly, you can stick on the Forza thing, and then you can adjust the downforce, but you can also go for the Peel option, which doesn't seem to do anything, but it does remove the bumper and look rather pretty. So if you feel like looking cool instead of going fast, then you can do that. Of course, we want the aero tuning because reducing the aerodynamic drag means a higher top speed. And on the flip side, if you increase it, then you can corner more quickly, but as you'll see later on, well, that doesn't make a huge amount of difference. You can also stick on off-road tyres that really give you a lot more grip, launch, braking, all that kind of good stuff. And you can faff with the alloy wheel style, although doing so does seem to add weight. At least in the limited time I spent looking, it's not worth it. Probably not worth it. And to be honest, I mean, look at the size of them. You get bigger wheels than a bloody trolley. So that's up to you. You can also increase the rim size though, if you do want to make life a little easier to see them. Look at that. A full 8 inches. That's what she said. Ha ha ha. Do the same on the rear for the single wheel. Of course, you've got your drivetrain options, race clutch, transmission, and all of that good stuff. So basically, just go through all of these, click them because they either add power, minus weight, and give you the option to adjust the gearing and that kind of stuff. So that's really, really useful. Roll bars are good as well, just a little bit more tunability. You can go for a roll cage, but it does add extra weight. So it's up to you whether you do that one. Probably not going to make a huge difference, but the option is there. And of course you can go for the race turbo, 41 horsepower and 17 horsepower from the race intercooler. So all in all, we have a grand total of 292 horsepower. So that's 288 horsepower more than last time, but it is 99 kilograms heavier. So Now, looking at some of the other tunes out there, most of them are largely similar if you want the maximum points. Some of them weigh a bit less, they've got lower torque, but they're all pretty close. There's not a huge amount you can do with this car. Now, going into the perks, you have some kind of useful stuff. You can get your free points there, and you can basically make it more effective when you're driving along. So if you really like this car and you use it a lot, then you may as well build up some skill points and just stick them all into the car. Anyway, enough looking at the stats, let's see just how diabolical the thing is to handle. It's like being in a mini Postman Pat van, isn't it? Bloody. And this car does like to spin a lot, but it is bloody quick in a straight line. I think for drag racing, you can embarrass a lot of cars with this. And it would be hysterical if you do, and of course if you get a load of friends together, manual clutch. And you've all got this car, that could be pretty cool. Look at that, it's even got the wiper. The attention to detail in this game is pretty damn impressive, which is more than can be said of the handling of this car. So if you tap the joysticks gently and you maintain a good pace, you can keep this car going on a decent course. And it does have some cornering ability, it's not brilliant. But the moment you oversteer, overcompensate, and you spin and spin and spin, which looks kind of cool the first time and then just becomes horrendously annoying. I think with a steering wheel where you can actually gently control your inputs, this thing is probably going to be easier, potentially. I say that, I haven't tried it yet because when I got the game on the, I think it was the 20th of September, my steering wheel wasn't supported. I've got the Thrustmaster TSXW Sparco P310 competition mod, that is actually its name. But a good steering wheel, but I couldn't use it. Anyway, top speed time, because that is important in this car. I've done all the aero, all the drag options, so the least aero, gearing as wide as possible. So you stay longer in each gear, which means you can get to a higher top speed. Now annoyingly, in this game, the motorway bit, which is the longest bit of straight road that I can find, isn't actually that straight. So if you watch my video or other videos of people trying to see the fastest car in the game, you run out of road because you end up in a corner. And I think the record I've seen is 292 miles per hour. This is about 110 miles per hour off that, but for a car with 3 wheels, it is mighty impressive.
In 400 meters, turn right. Recalculating route. Turn around when it is safe to do so.
So in summary then, if you find this car and you want a bit of a laugh, yes, it's worth buying, but it is not the easiest beast to tame, although it is very, very fast in a straight line, and the internal cockpit view is pretty cool, so yeah, it gets a thumbs up from me, just for being utterly bonkers, and for being so tiny. It's a really very cute thing, isn't it? Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments if there are any cars you'd like to see. Got the Unimog with 2,400 horsepower, got some ridiculous off-roader buggies, and I'm actually trying to find the fastest X car in the game. Fastest as in best at street racing, and not in a straight line, because the Koenigsegg Agera RS is up there, but you're not going to reach its top speed on anywhere but that motorway stretch. So you may as well get a car that could actually go around corners. I was hoping it would be the Radical, but unfortunately it's not quite good enough. Anyway guys, take care, all the best, bye.
In 400 meters, turn right.